I have a YouTube channel.
Tell me when I'm starting that.
Okay, I'm gonna get the crowd here.
Can I make a face?
This.
Oh.
No, you can behave.
Hi everyone. I researched the question, how do speech impediments affect self-esteem? This interested me because when I was in elementary school, my teacher put me in some speech classes who had a problem going like with S. I still kind of do, but it interested me, and I've thought about maybe pursuing a career in speech therapy, and I decided not to just focus on one age group, so I studied both adults and children. Some general information about speech impediments are that it's a communication disorder that doesn't allow the person to produce verbal words. Different types of speech impediments include stuttering, lisps, cluttering, and muteness. Some children are born with speech impediments, where others develop it because of like a car accident or a concussion that has affected that region of their brain. Speech impediments can lead to self-esteem problems in both children and adults. In adults, it's mandatory to have good speech in the workplace. So when you don't have good fluency and you're trying to work in the business office, it's kind of hard to do a presentation and such. And it's also hard to go through life not being able to vocally express yourself the way that you want to. For adults who have grown up with speech disorders, it's hard for them to feel like they have a psychological problem, and they feel defective compared to other people that don't have a speech impediment. Not only is it hard to be able to express yourself how you wish, it's also difficult to feel like there's something wrong with you. This belief can lead to problems such as depression and drug and alcohol addiction. An example of this would be from Barry Yeoman's article, where he interviewed a 38-year-old woman who had a stuttering problem, and her whole family didn't know that she had the problem. She masked it so well from her husband and her children, and whenever she would be home alone, she would just curl up in a ball and cry because she was so upset about her disorder. She felt so shameful. So whenever anybody came home, she stopped crying and nobody knew that she had a problem. In children, those that have speech impediments commonly have issues interacting with their peers because they're afraid of being judged. Some may also have problems succeeding academically and overcoming challenging tasks because they don't feel that they have enough to give for the task. They bring themselves down, and this also brings down their self-esteem. An example from an article also by Barry Yeoman is where he interviewed a first grade student and her teacher. The girl had dyslexia, and she described herself as very dumb and not knowing anything, when her teacher said that she was quite smart and she could do things that the other students couldn't do. So just because you have a speech impediment doesn't mean that you're any less intelligent than others. However, not all children with speech impediments have self-esteem issues. Some don't develop it because they don't realize that they're any different from other people. They can't acknowledge it at that age, but they might develop it at an older age where they can detect things in like differences between them and their peers, like at a teenager age. Speech impediments in adults and children can both lead to self-esteem issues. People with these communication disorders are commonly told that they need to get better or learn how to talk, when in fact speech researchers have concluded that they don't need to just get better because it's not really possible. It's kind of just something that is in their brain or in their mouth. They just need to be accepted for who they are and given the courage to just get over their self-esteem issues. Some parents put their children in classes to help them learn to use fluency in their language. While this can help the child be better understood when they talk, it generally doesn't last. They are under more stress to learn how to use these ways of talking than to just learn to accept their speech impediment. Adults can go to class to try to improve their speech. Some find this helpful. Others find it more useful to go to therapy sessions for their self-esteem improvement. While it's up to the own person's decision, it is recommended that to avoid self-esteem issues, those with these issues go to therapy. The self-esteem issues that can develop in children and adults can possibly have lasting effects. It is important that those with one of these impediments recognizes that they're having a problem so that they can take care of it how they should, and those around them, like friends and family, can give them support. Thank you.